This is podcast 1, season 2, episode 2. Our guest here is called the one and only
His manager.
Dragon Balls.
Yeah,
And
his manager.
today, we're gonna talk about what I'm gonna do with my life really now. With releases of my first album, Legacy, and yeah. We're not gonna talk about the Eid album since that was kind of special type of album. Like, it's a celebrative album, so we're not going to talk about that. So what's your questions for me, Dragon Balls? Oh yeah, before we finish it, also I might talk about the future, stuff like that, what to do with my music career and the rest of my career. That's it.
I see.
I have no questions, at all. I have no idea what to say.
Something's not right. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to spin this off.
Viewers, if you have questions, if anyone watches this, exactly, the people that actually watch this, if you have questions, put it in and we'll answer the questions next podcast.
Yeah.
On either of the podcasts, the Dragon Boys or this one. I don't care which one.
Yeah. So what my first ever release was actually technically a single of the album, which does not exist on Spotify anymore, but the album version exists. So with Legacy, I was like, it's around October when I finally stuck with the idea of making music. Like, I had first copies of raps, which was like scraps, which I was never gonna do. Like scraps and scraps of sheets of scraps of lyrics, and like me, that's imagining in my brain I'm a rapper or something. Like, I had some mad album ideas in my brain. Then finally around October 2023, struck with the idea to make a song. First song was struck. I already thought of that album name, which was Legacy, to do with a playlist I made on YouTube with most likely Eminem songs and stuff. So basically, with that idea striking me, the first song or the first ever song I did was called Golf Skydiving. You're gonna say, but Slim Shady Jr., you don't play golf or you don't do skydiving, so why did you make the song? One, I did a bit of skydiving. I did a bit of golf back when I was before I reached puberty or stuff like that. I'd done a bit of golf. And for skydiving, that's something which I did not do, but the golf part is understandable. And because at my primary school, we never did golf. All we just did was football, basketball, tennis, and cricket, and there was some other stuff, but I don't give a fuck about it. That was the main stuff which I did at school. That's why I'm so athletic when it comes to football and etc. etc. Then we go back to why I thought of the song first. Because me becoming an artist never struck my sort of idea. Because for someone like me, it's probably my blood who choose to make raps. I have a friend, and Dragon Balls knows what I'm talking about here, which likes to use slurs against me just because of my color, and tries to say.
I joke about it. It's just a joke. I joke about it. In all honesty, I'd let you do some jokes about Asians as well, but you're too pure. You're too innocent to do it.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't do it so much. I'm talking about my other friend, Dragon Balls. You know what friend I'm talking about.
Yes, that's right. Can I say his name and expose him?
Yeah, let's expose him. Go ahead. Not Drake.
Oh no wait, yeah. I'm just joking. I was just pranking you guys about Drake the rapper.
Yeah, I'm friends with Drake the rapper. I could try and get him one
Drake
time.
the rapper. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
Mitchell.
Mitchell Horn, his name is. He's some
White
bitch ass pussy. He's some racist ass bitch ass pussy ass nigga which thinks he's black.
No, he's
Man,
a
I say
bitch ass pussy ass. He's a bitch ass. How would I say the N word backwards? How would I say nigga backwards?
It's
Because
like Giga. It's like Giga, something like that.
I'm gonna do that. Because he's the opposite of black.
Anyways,
Because
like,
he's the opposite of black. He's white, pure white.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you're trying to say to Dragon Ball's accent, Dragon Ball says why is he saying the N word? That is
I'm
not
black.
quite true. It's not quite true. It's not quite true. But Mitch, who just thinks he can say the N word.
Also, multiple people keep giving me the pass. I'm light skinned, but I have black in me.
Yeah, people like me and a few of his friends gave him the pass. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. For those white people which I'm friends with, or white people which are some of my subscribers, and not saying in an offensive way. Like, if a black person is your friend, you already have the N-word pass. You don't even have to ask anyone, do I have the N-word pass? You just have the N-word pass by being their friend.
I get the N-word pass by existing near them, by talking to them, by breathing near people.
Exactly. Like, if you're gonna say, like, yeah, then we move on to why did you name the album Legacy? Like, what if you say, shouldn't your last album, if you say you were a rapper earlier and you were born a bit early, back in like the 2000s, what if you made your last album called Legacy? On that is like you saying, what if you made a song called The Curtains Closing, The Final Curtains, and that's saying you're closing the curtains, you're closing your entire career. That's like Eminem's about to do, but anyways. Yeah.
Why I actually named it that is to do with a playlist I made on YouTube around November, because I already made a song, but by November that's when I made the rest of the 3 songs.
Before I took a break in between there, then we're gonna get to the rest. So I took a break around there, and then then we had that. I thought of the title name. To be honest, Dragon Ball did not know anything about my music career until a few months.
Yeah. Also, I'm his manager, so you'd think he'd tell me first thing, but no.
Exactly. I completely just forgot because I was on social media around November to like January, like something like there, because me and Aiden stopped talking. Me and Dragon Ball stopped talking like a bit because I was on social media. Like, I didn't forget him, but I was off social media. That's it. And then the next one is after I did not record Legacy first, though. Then I recorded my first sort of start a diss track and something like that, which was called Awaited Revenge. Like, I know I'm not supposed to say my real name, but it's the name of the song. What that means is, I can't say her name exactly, but this girl chose to mess with me, something like that. So I messed with her back, got myself a Kinemark, got myself in trouble. I almost ended my entire life. Something like that. Some of her friends chose to get involved. Then most of the schools sort of set me off, and that's how I came with this song and the entire thing. And the song and the name could actually go through because I was thinking of 2 different name titles. That was Revenge or Say What You Say, which was another this track I had like in the plannings, but technically became Outrageous Revenge. So like in the first line of that song, I say you're gonna come for me, take me down. But the fact is, they tried to come for me. They tried to take me down, but they fucking failed. Ended ended up embarrassing themselves. Got dissed at least 5,000 times, and yeah. Being honest, if I actually told Dragon Balls about this entire incident around that time, he would have backed my ass and said, "Why being a pussy? Go to that school. I'll come with you and I'll back you up." Like, that's what he would honestly do for me. But someone like Mitchell, on the other hand, is always like, "Nah." Anyways, so what we're gonna talk about? Yeah. Now we move on to the third or fourth song of film. So here we talk about the first song before we move on to Legacy. Obviously, Legacy is a title track, but anyways, this is the third song, which was, I think, the last song in the recording, because Legacy was like the third or second. The next one was called Ultimate Hostile Fame and Respect. Basically, around the end of the song, that's like you saying a political rap song. Like I talk about like some lines I'm gonna say it a different way to the song I wrote. Like, I seen the judge with something in his hand, like on my doorstep. Like, I see a robber get stabbed in the back. Like, I see a bunch of mobiles yelling for help, like something like that. And then I say it's crazy that they still talk about war. Then when you say, what war are you exactly talking about, Slim Shady Jr.? What I'm talking about is the Israel and Palestine war. Exactly that. Because, like, I'm not going to say anything else about that. That's when it does start growing. Like, after October 7th, it start heavily growing. Because I made the song. I made Ghost Garden 4 days before the entire thing start growing. Then months and months later, here I am with the actual artist page and everything and all. About make it out, and yeah. Then we move to the final song. I didn't finish everything on that song because I can't technically finish everything on that song. We moved to the one and final song of that album, which was Legacy, the title track. What's the thing about this song is, like, this was a Snapchat generated lyric song. I basically rapped over it with a beat, a type beat, basically made it my own. Absolutely, it's like my fourth actual song. I sucked a bit on it because it was my first original, like my fourth song. Like, I tried my best on it. The beat was a bit louder than me, but yeah, I just made it out. That's it. And around like some part of it, I say something about my ex, the first ex I had. Like, she was actually a vape addict, and basically I just say some stuff like, you should keep out of trouble. Like, I'm speaking of third person actually. Always. Now about something serious. Now it's about your ex, like that stuff. That's what I was saying. And then, yeah, that's the Legacy part finished. Like, then, yeah, I have some stuff around after that. Then we have singles. The singles like Pringles, but there's not too much to be spoken about since there's those singles on Spotify right now due to some legal issues I had with my label, Unchained Music or Unchained Records. So the first one was Owe You Nothing for the Fame, and that was a diss track at some girl, which we're not enemies anymore, we're calm, we're friends now. I'm not so sure about that. And then Watch Your Mouth, which was, yeah, that was a diss at the Dunraven folks again. And I think I had another one around there. I think. Let me 1 second. Oh yeah, I had another one which was, this is not a diss track anyways. Oh yeah, this is technically a diss track. It was the remix of my first diss track what's it called? A Ways of Revenge, which was made around, I think, A Ways of Revenge, the remix. Basically, it's me rapping over the beat and the original song. So basically, I say a few lines, but it's like me with a heavy voice. But I don't have a heavy voice, it's like a sound effect for it. So basically, I had a few verses on the original song and the remix, and I basically mixed it up. So my new lyrics, my new verses matched up with the old verses, and then matched up with the old chorus, which was now I'm throwing I think like your face to find this distracting. You hear me loud and clear. There ain't no reason to stay quiet now. It's all becoming here. You might just throw stones. Yeah, I completely fucked up on that, but who cares? And now, so Dragon Balls, what's your questions for now before we before you decide to talk about what's that was some of your professional stuff before I decide to before we podcast in a few minutes. What do we think? Oh yeah. Before I forget about that, the album which I was not gonna talk about is because it was an Eid album. So basically, we originally released it on the exact day it was Eid. Got removed, then I re-released it now on Spotify. You know where my Spotify name is on YouTube. You want to check out 9 of those songs. If we're going to talk about where's your 3 singers we were talking about earlier, those are not on Spotify because of what happened with my record label. Then I'm going to re-release it. Then we have an album which was like a side album. Then I have like 3 to 4 albums which were like side albums. Then you're gonna try and tell me what since what are you gonna release after those side albums? The side album is the first side album is what's it called? Step Off, which has 9 songs, and one of the 9 songs has Golf and Skydiving remix. Basically, is the exact same song, but this time I decided to do something smarter. I got the lyrics, find a different beat, rap over it, submit it to YouTube.
I see. Give me a second.
Yeah, I will. It's calm, Dragon Balls. We can wait, can't we? Okay. I'm ready now. Let's just put some aftershave on. Okay, so what the next thing was? Now, Step Up had like 9 songs. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but I just talked about one song. Then we have the next one, which is like an actual album, which is basically a diss album, completely disses, and it's called Fuck Lexi Bonner. If you know who Lexi Bonner is, you know. If you don't know, you're never gonna know. Do you agree, Dragon Balls? I can tell you one thing. It's a girl which grew insanely popular over TikTok and social media because she beat it up by an 8-year-old autistic kid when he tried to say he wanted to be her friend. Now, I think people are saying she killed herself and some stuff like that, but and other people saying on her, like some mates which were on TikTok said she's on police support and she's doing fine, but other people think she's dead because stuff like that. But it's impossible for you to kill yourself when you're on police watch, because if you see as example, you're gonna actually be taken to court. They don't want you to kill yourself because they're gonna basically do something to your family when you, and then we have the third side album up for now, which is Football Volume 1. One song called Park Boys in the Hood, and then the football song of it. Then the football song, then, yeah, after that 3, around after that 3, we have my second official album, CD album, We're Here to Change the World, which has about, I think, 12 to 13 songs. I was originally going to make it 20 songs. Has some good songs, some bad songs, and is kind of overhated because of my haters, but who cares? Then we move on to Left Unite. And if you're gonna ask me, Slim Shady Jr., did you finish all these albums you're talking about? Yeah, I finished it. It's like you saying somewhat on this my display board, but it's like it's ready to release. If I just made the album covers everything like that, boom, you're gonna see on everywhere. Then we have The Story Never Ends, the most wanted. West Side Player. Oh, West Side Player is an album which has.
Prepare to be satisfied. I'm ready to be satisfied.
What do you mean you're really satisfied? You're
Just
satisfied.
imagine 20 Coke cans. You know the sound what you get when you open a Coke can?
Yeah.
Just imagine that, but 20. Just imagine 20 of those at once.
Oh my god, that's so satisfying. I'll sleep to that.
Very satisfying.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about this stuff. Oh yeah, and West Side Player has a finished because of the 3 albums I talked about. And then we're gonna move on to My World, which is kind of like similar to D12's My World, but who cares? Not entirely similar, but similar. And we have Changes, basically like similar to Tupac's Changes, but not. Then we have Run Straight. 1 second, I have a book which I wrote something. I read the book. Run Straight and something like I think another song. Then I think another album, and that album is called Again. But yeah. Well, let me see.
Safety first.
Yeah, the other one's called Run Straight first. No, the other one's Run Straight, then. So in the next few days, I'm gonna finish the West Side Player album, how I can move into My World, and yeah. Now that we've finished with my album shit, we're gonna move on to next. Drum roll, please. We're gonna move on to.
All right.
Gaming. So my gaming career and shit like that. When you're gonna ask me about my gaming career, like, I mean, as I'm being honest, back in primary, we had questions like, do you want to be a gamer? Do you want to be this? Back then, I want to be a cop. I want to be this. I want to be that. And now I want to be like something completely different because I just realized that I can be whatever I want, whenever. Like, can live a double life. You say you can be 4, and you can still make paintings. You can still do stuff. Can do all of that. But that depends on how strong your heart is. I did not really back in when I was in China. I did not give a fuck about my gaming career until I realized you can actually get earnings. You can actually manage to do everything you can do with those weird things. The hours of FIFA fan, that the middle of FIFA fan, I basically done everything a FIFA fan will do. I got every FIFA on a PlayStation 4. And you know what Jagmo said to me? Calm down. That's the word which said to me, because I have every FIFA on the PlayStation 4. Every FIFA. 14 to 23 in digital, so 9 in digital and 1 from the PlayStation Store. And I might even get PS3 to get the rest of the FIFA like that. And the PS2 and the PS1 and the other PlayStation stuff. Then I basically have every FIFA in the world. And anyways. Then other than that, I mean I like other games. So the first ever gun game and stuff like that was probably I think it was either COD, Apex or Fortnite. Let me see. Yeah, it was Fortnite. It was season 2 or season. It was chapter 2, season 4. Because it was a Marvel series. I was a big Marvel series. I was back then. I'm still a big Marvel fan, but I was a bigger one. Back then because I was a kid. That was when That was when Marvel was in its prime. Now it's still good, but it's not that good how it was back then. Do you agree, Dragon Balls? Like Iron Man died. Most of everyone's favorite superheroes died. Everyone was waiting for Spider-Man 4, which is becoming possible. Last year's becoming possible. Oh yeah, every time we do this podcast, we're gonna just question ourselves about Fortnite. Aiden, how do you feel that the boogie bombs are back? I mean, Dragon Balls, how do you feel that the boogie bombs are back? You know, one guy's gonna come out of nowhere with 24 of them and one double pump, no heels and nothing cows, box it off, and you're on the bottom of it, you edit down, throws the boogie bomb, then double pumps you, then you're dead, then you're in the lobby saying, I hate you so much. Why did you use the boogie bombs and the double pump and the trap? That is being a menace. And chat, who do you think we're talking about? Dragon Balls, who do you think we're talking about?
How big are we talking about? Like a bear, maybe? No.
I think I know who we're talking about. Napaka.
Like loud. Like silent.
It was like right over there. Like,
anyways.
super close.
Now, after you move to hearing, we're going to move to TikTok and
It was like,
YouTube.
That's true.
My YouTube channel really started in 2021, back when I was in primary. It was eBay. I basically just started to use a YouTube channel tablet, but that YouTube channel just continued. It had like a few subscribers. Actually, 1 or 2 or 3 subscribers. That YouTube channel does not exist.
Yeah. Being lost.
It's like a crap version of my friend.
Feel the exact same way we can't. That's what I'm saying. We don't want to walk into it. So we're just gonna like stay here.
That's back when I was actually really tough. Because I was younger. I was pretty smart back then.
But yeah.
And that's been crazy. TikTok, I started in 2021, 2022.
To the far.
I really just got 2024. But I only have like about 650 followers. Before my depression era, which was November, I had about 900 something.
I just got a call.
Then you're saying Twitter. I started Twitter in the pandemic. I technically had my TikTok channel, my TikTok account in 2020.
Yeah, but last time it was like weird numbers. This time it's actually an unknown number. Kind of strange, dude.
2020, which is about 4 years ago, you know. 4 years ago, I was just a kid. I'm gonna say that kid. You done some shitty stuff, but you making it out. You done some shitty stuff, but you make that out. Good job.
Dude, I don't even know what's going on. Everybody knows that Nick is farthest away from my
Before the end of the video, we might want to say something to our future selves, like 5 years of yourselves.
behind him.
Dragon Balls, do you have any questions before we end this podcast soon and you take our future selves?
My finger was vibrating. He's being so peaceful.
Dragon Balls.
Literally killed it.
It's still there.
Are you serious? I didn't know how. I gave it a heart attack. We all.
Oh, let's fix this.
Alright.
I mean, the other
Like it's a fire.
that I joined Snapchat the day after my school closed. I joined Instagram at November 2020.
Your phone apparently it's supposed to like watch this. You don't like it, like. Oh shit! Oh, did it? What the fuck? Wow, look at that. What we couldn't do in 1 hour, we did in 13 seconds. It's just still like everything around it. It's still really good. Like this is a really good file.
Yeah, yeah, all of that's done. So quickly now, we're gonna put our future stuff.
The light.
And start happy to me. Just to say, I want to say 5 things to you.
This is so nice. This is a vibe.
How's your life?
We should do this like
Number 1. Number 2. Am I famous yet? Number 3. Did I get married?
Oh my gosh.
Number 4. Did I get arrested as
cool guy.
Mr. Horn?
What's up? I get all the
Did I, number 5, the last but not least,
fix the note on the experience of the Boy Scout with all
am I having a perfect life?
that guy who like always
I'm
drunk.
talking about stuff. Now, over to you, Dragon Balls.
Just because you're the only one who didn't die. The girls go off skinny dipping and you're like peeping toms and gets killed by Jason Voorhees. Or that one. Oh, that guy. That guy. That's definitely not the vibes that we initially were feeling. But whatever. Okay, let's get the hot dogs up for on. Right, so we're gonna do spooky stories. One time.
Over to you, Dragon Balls. And we're almost finishing the podcast in the last 2 minutes before I end it.
Years ago.
So Dragon Balls, I'm fan before I switch off.
Like raccoons, family of humans, family of people. Let's say family. And they would go camping every year as a family tradition. Kind of like this, you know, just they go camping every year. Just like a little located spot, not like a real place where people know where they are. They just like go camping and
Yeah. And that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for joining. See you later. See you tomorrow for the Dragon Boys.
As he's talking.
And catch you guys soon.
They're going camping, they're having fun.
Dragon Balls,
Fast
have a great
forward,
day.
like 3 years. Fast forward like 3 years. Fast forward like 3 years.
You gotta cut that fast or I've been waiting 5 minutes. Like I'm actually done here. He's still like when he starts the story. Actually, like what's the time?